old Allen's update. Hopefully you can hear me over the rain. Sat in the field, just been scything away at the nettles and the thistles over here. Plan for today is to do a bit more on the stream bank, so I can show you that in a bit. Also, we've got a bit of a gathering coming up, all being well, next weekend, so I need to make the place tidy. I've got Sandy, Wiltshire man, Jacklaw Knives, of course, all of you know him. He's coming along, and he's going to be, all being well, fingers crossed, he'll be coming. And he's made me a knife, a new knife, because I think he's so embarrassed by the one I bought 18 months ago, even though I love it, and his knife making has come on so much since then that he's made me a follow-up knife. So I mean, that's fantastic. I'm really looking forward to that, and getting him here as well, because he's someone whose opinion I very much value. You know, he's for YouTube, he's a very wise man. There's a lot of people on YouTube who aren't wise men, but like to spout knowledge and ideas. But Sandy is somebody I think we could all learn a lot from that man. So he's coming. Lee's coming. Lee Robinson. He hasn't got any videos on YouTube yet. Lee, why not? Come on. But he's a top bloke. He's had an interesting life, lots of life skills, lots of life stories. So it's always good to meet him. And he's come and give me a hand as well down here. And James, who's done the bulk of the work aside from myself down here, he's done a lot of work with me and spent a lot of time. Quite often when we come down here together, we spend a lot of time just hanging out, really. But he's a top bloke, so I'm hoping he can come as well. All being well, we're going to have homemade cider available. James and I made that last summer, or last autumn, sorry, and now we're into summer. We're a bit scared to test it, so yeah, a bit of homebrew there. God knows what it's going to be like. It's juice, it was lovely, but it's been sat in a barrel now, fermenting away in his kitchen for probably 6 months. So, you know, it's going to be rough cider, but hey, that's free alcohol, so good. And I'm also working on a little gift pack for each of those people that come down to say thank you for the help they've given me, thank you for what they've done for me, blah blah blah. You know, it's a bit of a, it's not very much, but I'm working on it. I'm trying to work out right now what's going to be in it, but yeah, just a little something for them to take away. Maybe a bit of local produce, or stuff I've produced myself, grown myself, whatever it might be. So that's good. And I'm sat in the van because the rain came down so heavy that I didn't have time to make it to my hut and unlock the door. So yeah, I just dived in here. Right, we're over by the stream bank. As you can see, the ground drops away quite a lot here. And as we come over this edge, right, you can't probably see the edge terribly well, but you can see where this tree's grown. That's where the bank was, and obviously it's just slipped away from there. So what I did a few months ago now, a couple of months ago, I built a little retainer along the front. You can just see the hazel spiles that I used. It's just started to sprout. What I've done today so far, it's got a load of soil from a big spoil heap I got over there where I dug out the driveway, and pop that in to create a level surface, and then I'm going to do the next layer of spiling just behind that and build it up and work it back so that it makes it easier when I come to do this fence line to carry it on straight through there, and it stops the bank, hopefully, or stop the bank slipping away. The spoil heap I used is absolutely full of weed material, nettles, thistle, grasses, etc. So that hopefully that will sprout and actually be a good retainer of the top surface, and hopefully these hazels will come up and that will really help to retain the bank. So hopefully we'll have a nice hazel bank with some weedy stuff in between. The hazel is all being cut out of that tree there. So the really nice thing is everything's on site, it's all here. So that means it doesn't cost anything, which is excellent. It's just hard work. So here we are at the next stage. Just taking out a load of stakes from the hedgerow, from that tree again over there. What I've got to do is point the butt ends and then drive them into the ground. One of them I've just split down because it was a lot bigger than the others, so I've just split it in half. I used the froe for that, so you just tap that in to the end of the grain and then work it along. So that's a handy tool, or it can be. Now we get to use a big boy's toy, Chris Kane survival tool, which I'm going to use to point up the ends. When I was carrying them out, when I laid them down, I made sure I had them all facing the same way, so I know that all of these are the butt ends. This is the ground end, this is the top end. Obviously if I put them in upside down, if I point them, put them in upside down, they're not going to grow. Okay, so that's the next line of stakes knocked in. Fortunately I've already got a load of binding material which I cut out, you know, the tops of these bits. So grab a load of that now and start weaving that in. Down the bottom there you can see the first layer that I did a few months ago, and then you've got the next layer behind that, which I've just done, and you can see here, and there's a little tiny little twiggy bit there. I've just stuffed those in the ends of the hazel on the basis that they may take off. They may well not, but it's worth a try if they do. If they root into this, great stuff. That will really help retain the bank. So the next step, I'll just carefully step up, is to infill behind here. So I'll get a level coming out to about there, and then do another row, and then I'll be up onto that level. In another afternoon's time, we should be good to go. So that'll be great, and then I can crack on with fencing the top, which will be excellent. Probably just in time for winter by the time I get round to it. Thanks for watching.